Welcome to Smackdown Live, ladies and gentlemen. This is being done after the show. I know I don't need to say that, but this is a new format I'm trying for my Smackdown reviews, as well as doing something for Raw. I'm doing it right after the show. I don't think I'll be able to do that for TNA because it's a lot more harder to be able to see it. But right now, for Raw and Smackdown, I'm going to do it like this for now. And seeing what I saw on this Smackdown, whew, before SummerSlam, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let's talk about the ugly first. And this is about the ending of the show with AJ Styles, with ADR, and John Cena. Two of the three people in that situation at the end of the show got fucked badly. ADR, who last year got the US Championship from John Cena the day he returned, jobbed his ass off to John Cena, which we knew he was going to do. But that just makes you think, why did he come back? ADR, he got treated so badly a couple of years beforehand, almost about a year and a half to 2 years beforehand. He got treated like shit. Then he comes back, and he's still being treated like shit. I know the money is really good, but come on, man. You're better off going over to TNA or go back to Lucha Underground. So, seeing this match, and then the subsequent situation afterward, it makes you think this is the last nail in AJ's coffin. Because what do we usually get when it comes to John Cena with someone like an AJ Styles? Like a Wade Barrett. Like a Bray Wyatt. Like a Ryback. Like a CM Punk. Like, how many more people do I need to mention here? There's a lot of them. Like a Rusev. I'm losing count of how many people John Cena has basically faced just in this situation, and nothing comes of it for them. AJ Styles is finished. He's buried now. The only thing is there's no actual eulogy yet. That will be that Tuesday on that Smackdown, where they're going to continue this, and it's going to look even worse. Mind you, if there had been some type of stipulation, it would have been different. But there isn't one. That's the ugly. The bad. Becky Lynch and Carmela versus Alundra Bliss and Natalya. The situation with that is simple. Natalya jobs. Why? We need something for these women. We have nothing for these women. There is no title for these women. Unless the boss is going to go back and forth, which it looks like she's not going to after SummerSlam. These women on SmackDown have nothing. Unless they're going to do a SmackDown women's title, like they're doing the tag titles, which is SmackDown's tag title division. They got nothing. Mind you, I got to say this, and I'm going to show it big. My Naomi got new music, a new ring attire that is incredibly bright, new lighting. I hope they continue that because it'll make me go blind, and I'll be glad to do it for her. I loved it because I love her. And I know there's a lot of people who don't like Naomi. They're kind of like with the Lex Men, thinking that she's just a Barbie doll. But let's be honest, Naomi is one of the most athletic women that we have in the WWE. She is hands down. But she's never been promoted right. She's never been sponsored right. She's barely had any feuds. And she had maybe a couple of times to go up against someone for the title, and they refused to give it to her. You guys tell me why. Waiting. Or one of the two had to happen. Either she didn't suck dick, or she, because she's black, didn't get it. Unfortunately, because of Vince, racism is still rampant in the WWE, unfortunately. And I don't believe everybody in the WWE is racist, but unfortunately it comes from Vince and goes straight down, and we know this. Next. Let's do it now. The 12-man tag. I'm actually happy to see it. I'm actually happy it happened. American Alpha looked great. The Usos look like they could be the next challengers to American Alpha once the Smackdown Smackdown tag team titles are finally announced, and they're gonna have their tournament, I guess. I'm glad to see that it's gonna be the Usos versus pretty much American Alpha, because they're both the most best teams that we know of. Not taking anything away from the Ascension, not taking anything away from the Vaudevillains, and how many other teams were there? Oh, not Bromance, Bro Hype. WWE, you stole from TNA, you know that, right? Anyway, and Fandango and Breezango. Tyler Breeze, Fandango. I would have liked to call them the Flying Flamingos, because they just fly around all over the place. That would sound better for them. Anyway, it was a good match. American Alpha won. We can move on. The good of the show, the opening, was Miz TV, was Dean Ambrose, and Dolph Ziggler. I gotta say this, and I still believe this. Dolph Ziggler could easily be in the main title scene, not as a main character, but as a supplemental character. In other words, a main event jobber. It doesn't mean he's bad. It doesn't mean he's great. He's good in the main title. He can hold a title for a while as a transitional champion. He can help do some storylines. He can be in one himself. He can make it work, and there's nothing wrong with a main event jobber. You job for people you know that need it. And you job when it's necessary. Unlike John Cena, who didn't let anything happen with ADR for quite a while. I enjoyed the segment. The super kick knocking Dean's head off was actually quite good. Because usually one guy attacks the other guy and he doesn't really get an advantage. Now this is 2 times Dolph Ziggler had something over Dean and Dean has not gotten back at him. So I do like that. The Erick Rowan versus Dean Ambrose, I didn't really want to see it. Because I knew Dean was going to win, but here's the problem. When it comes to Erick Rowan and when it comes to Bray Wyatt, they should be in the tag division right now. They should be going up against American Alpha, not the Usos. Where I love the Usos. Uso! But it should be the Wyatt family getting some titles. But now, Erick Rowan lost, Bray walks away. What does that mean? Nothing. Means nothing. Because Bray hasn't won 1 title except for main event jobber. I think that's the best title for him because he's been in the main event multiple times. Doesn't mean he won anything. And he's just jobbed and jobbed and jobbed. You're getting more hype for Finn Balor. Someone who has a similar moniker to a Bray Wyatt, a demon-like person. And instead of hyping up Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt, you're only doing Finn. And I'm not against Finn. I actually like the perception of the Demon King. But what happened to the Eater of Worlds? Nothing for him. Let's see, am I forgetting anything? Oh yes, Heath Slater being destroyed by Randy Orton. Woo! Oh my gosh. I feel sorry for a Heath Slater now. He still didn't get a contract, and they're still doing this situation where he's going to be bouncing back and forth between Raw and Smackdown, where you can obviously see that people are entertained with him. So why aren't they giving him something better? Well, they're not, because they're doing exactly what Damien Sandow. They're doing a Damien Sandow with him. That if he is very entertaining, they're not going to do nothing with him. And to be honest, it would be good if there was an actual payoff with him. Like, by SummerSlam, not only does he get a contract, he gets a title opportunity. I don't care if it's the US title or the IC title, especially after what happens with The Miz and Apollo Crews, or Rusev and Roman Reigns. I don't care. If they just booked him properly, he would be something different that we've been wanting to see. But that's just my point of view. How about you? And I hope you enjoyed the Zane's view. Please give me a comment below. Before I go, Naomi, I gotta show it because I'm happy that they actually gave her a segment. They gave her a match with Eva Marie. Eva didn't come out. But they let her shine for all by herself. No one tried to attack her. No one tried to interfere with it. No one did anything except show how good she was, throwing candy out to everybody. Have a good day and have a good night. Peace!